Hello and welcome to my show Indus Cuisine, and I'm your chef Basim Akhund. We're back with another new episode from the heart of Pakistan. Today's recipe is very interesting and it's known as aloo keema. What does aloo keema mean? Aloo means potato, keema means minced meat. It could be from mutton, beef or even chicken, as today people are more inclined towards having chicken meat. But in Pakistan still this recipe is mostly enjoyed by beef or in some households through mutton. Okay, this recipe dates back to the time when the Mughal Empire was intact, and as we know that the subcontinent was very big. Parts of the subcontinent were ruled by the Mughals and just a little part of the subcontinent was ruled by the Awadh Empire. Awadhs were a dynasty back in the day who were really known for their culture, their food and their traditions and their lavish lifestyle. And this recipe was a very important part of their breakfast. But nowadays in Pakistan, because people do not have too much of time to give on breakfast and they prefer more lunch and dinner, this recipe is usually consumed or eaten for dinner with naan bread, rice or any other form of flatbread. This recipe is very interesting. You could say some ingredients which are easily available from the market, and some ingredients if you can't find, you could also get the dry versions from any superstore near you, even in the West. So this recipe has around a kg of beef mince. Then you need around 4 tomatoes, 1 capsicum, also known as bell pepper, and you also need around 3 onions. These onions will be finely sliced, they will be properly fried. When they are brown, the moisture is out, then we shall add the other ingredients. You will be also using mint in this and coriander leaves. Now coming towards the spices, you need some cumin seeds, you need some coriander powder, you need some black peppercorns, you need some bay leaf, you need half a cup of oil almost, you need around 1 cup of yogurt, some lemon juice, and you need black cardamom. This is all you need for today's recipe, and how we shall execute it I'll let you know step by step. Firstly, what you need to do is you need a pan in which I'll just add some water, and when the water comes to boil, then I shall start adding the potatoes. The integral part of this recipe is also potatoes. Some people fry the potatoes and add it, but what we'll do to save time is we shall boil them and then we shall add them to the beef mince. I'll just bring the potatoes in front of you and then I'll start adding it over here. So the potatoes are peeled. You need around half a kilogram of potatoes, but what I'll do first is I'll bring the water to boil. Remember, you need to add the potatoes in the water once it's a little lukewarm. So I'll just bring the pan to heat, and you won't be adding the potatoes as it is. That means that they shouldn't be added whole. So what we'll do is we'll cut the potatoes. I've peeled them. We'll be using half a kilogram. This is more than enough. I've kept an extra one on the back. Why? Because at times when you cut the potato, you never know if there's a cavity inside, so you always need to keep an extra on the side. That's what I do. Why? Because when we're recording, I need to show you if by mistake or by God's will something comes out of the potato. It's a vegetable, you never know how to be sure about it, you could say. So what I'll do is I shall just cut the potatoes in these 1-inch thick pieces, and these 1-inch thick pieces that will then go in the water. We shall boil them with some salt. Why? Because when you add salt to the water and boil them properly, what happens is the potato gets nicely seasoned, and because we're cutting these pieces into like 1 inch, so you'll just boil them for at least 5 to 6 minutes. But once the water starts boiling, you should start counting the time, not before that. Okay, what I'll do first is I'll add some salt to taste, but let me just place the potatoes first inside. Why? Because I want the potatoes to be properly aligned. Reduce the heat so that you do not burn yourself. The water is cold, it's not that hot, it's lukewarm as I said. And once they are placed properly with just a little bit of distance in between, then we shall add a little bit of salt. So the potatoes go in. You can see I'm dipping my hands in the water. Why? Because it's not that hot. But if the water is hot, please make sure you don't do this. Give it a lid. When it comes to boil, we'll add just a pinch of salt. Okay. Now what you need to do is you need to prepare the recipe and all the other ingredients. First, what I'll do is I'll pick up a frying pan and I'll bring the frying pan to heat. So let the pan come to heat, and when the pan comes to heat, what we'll do is we'll add the oil. But before that, what you need is you need to take the onions. You need to remember one thing, that when you're cutting the onions for fine slices, you need to take the root off. Why? Because this is the root. You could see over here, it holds the onion together. If you do not take it off, the onion won't fall apart and you won't get the proper texture you need. So just, you could say 10% of the onion will go to waste, or not waste actually, but this is how you use it. If you're actually using the onion as finely chopped, then it would be completely different. So cut the onion in half from the center, place it in front of you, and then we shall finely slice it. Always take the tip of the knife, it's thinner, and you get the perfect cut like this. If you can't go so fast while you're cutting, what you can do is you can also go slow, or you could use a grater, and I'll show you what do I mean by that. Let me just cut one more and then I'll let you know. So just finely chop them. Make sure every size of the onion is equal. Why? Because we need to fry them. If they are not equal, what will happen is some of the onion will get brown, the other will be still translucent. Why? Because the thinner it is, the quicker it will fry. And if it's thick, what will happen is it will take more time for it to fry, and the moisture will take more time to evaporate. When the moisture evaporates, remember, that is the only time when the onion starts to get brown. That's why I've always told you that it's a very time-taking process to get it light brown, but it gets really quickly dark brown once it's light brown. Okay, the pan has come to heat. What we'll do is we'll add the oil first. The oil goes in. Once the oil comes to heat, which it shall within a few seconds, then we shall add the onions. So now the oil has come to heat. Let's just transfer all the onions. I'll just use my knife as a transferring ladle, you could say. Why? Because if your knife is thick, it's long, the blade is long, you can also use it like this, but you need to be very careful. If you're not experienced enough, then what you can do is you can pick up the board and transfer all of it like that, or otherwise you can pick up a spatula or a ladle, transfer it in that, and then put it over here. Okay, we need to add around 1/4 teaspoon of salt right now. Why? Because the onions are a lot and I want the moisture to come out. Mix it up. Reduce the heat to medium, and now pick up a wooden spatula, press it down and give it a lid. Once you've given it a lid, let it be under heat for at least 2 minutes. On the other hand, what we need is, we need to add some salt. 1/4 teaspoon will go over here, so spread it out so that salt falls on the potatoes and the potatoes can start absorbing the flavor. Take the lid off. Why? Because it has come to boil. Keep this on the side, and now what you need to do, you need some tomatoes, which will go after this. Why? The reason behind that is, which is very important, if you add the beef mince first, what will happen is that the beef will start sweating. When the beef starts sweating, what happens is the beef gives out water. When it gives out water, then if you add any other form of vegetable, what will happen is it won't get soft and it won't break down properly. So always remember that. The tomatoes are with the vines, so I'll just pull them out first. I love the tomatoes when they have this green part. They look beautiful, and especially when I was buying these today, I was like, I should take a picture of them. Why? Because at times in Pakistan, you could say mostly, you don't find these vines attached to the tomato. They just come like this. Okay, so just take this out, take the eye of the tomato out. If your knife is properly sharp, what will happen is the tomatoes will be nicely chopped. Okay, take a look over here. Do not overboil these. Let's give it another 2 minutes and then we'll dish it out. Cut the tomatoes like this, and I'll cut them into 4 pieces. Remember that. So tomatoes go here, and then we shall transfer them to the food processor. Some people just add them directly, but what I'll do for this recipe today is I'll add them in the food processor, then I'll add them in the onions, and I'll let it cook for at least 5 minutes so the tomato loses its water and the oil comes up. On the other hand, the potatoes are almost done. Keep an eye over there because you don't want them to convert into this mash-like texture. You want them to be a bit tough. Why? Because when they go in the beef mince, they will cook over there also for at least 5 minutes. You need to know that the timing is very important for every recipe. Keep a lid on it. Let's add like 1/4 cup of water just for the blade to move. Not too much. Give it a lid and process. This is done. On the other hand, the potatoes are almost, or actually they're completely done. What I'll do is I'll drain the water out on the side, and I'll just keep them over here so that they cool down now. The onions are also translucent, what I'll do is I'll increase the heat and I'll let them get light brown. So till the time this is getting light brown, what we'll do is we'll prepare some other things. The first thing you need for this recipe is you need some ginger. Half of the ginger will go right now and the other half will go later. So what we'll do is we shall shred the ginger. Shred it finely. And the end part goes in the dustbin. Shake it up, pull the remaining ginger from inside, clean it and put it over here. Just pass your knife once or twice and then add the ginger here. I want the onions to get this nice flavor, so I'll mix it up right now. You can see the onions at the bottom are light brown. So now what we'll do is we shall start mixing it on high heat. Mix it up. And as you can see, I told you when they get light brown, the process of them converting into this dark brown texture is quick. So keep your eye on them. So as you can see, the onions are brown now. What I'll do is I'll reduce the heat. I put it down. Just mix it up once and transfer all of this into the onions. This goes into the onions. And now what I'll do is I'll mix it up just a bit, but on high heat. Scoop it up. When it comes to boil, we shall cook it for 5 minutes without the lid. What I'll do is I'll add around 2 pinches of salt. As I've told you, it's salt to taste, so you should taste the salt as you go. Mix it up. So as you can see, it has come to boil. We'll cook it for 5 minutes on medium heat so that the water evaporates from the tomatoes, and then we shall add all the other ingredients. So till the time this is cooking, we'll go for a short break. Keep watching Indus Cuisine. Welcome back. You're watching Indus Cuisine and I'm your chef Basim Akhund. During the break, I was just waiting for the tomatoes to dry out, and as you can see, the texture has completely changed. I'll reduce the heat to low and I shall switch it over here. Now what you need to do is you need to add some oil to the pan and bring it to heat. As you can see, the same pan in which I was boiling the potatoes, I dried it out, but you can see some starch inside. I've kept it there. Why? Because that starch has flavor and I want to use that flavor when I shall start using the hot oil. Okay, reduce the heat over here to low, because till the time this is happening, we need to keep this on a hold. The look over here is complete. Now the second thing is you need to fry the potatoes a bit, and then you need to fry the beef mince. Okay, these are two things. So what I'll do is I'll reduce the heat and I'll just add the potatoes in the hot oil. We shall fry them for 30 seconds so that it gets a nice texture, and then we'll take them out. That is it. So just place them back over here. They're very hot. Be very careful. And once the oil comes to heat, I shall increase it to full. As you can see, the bubbles are starting. I want the potatoes to get nice and crispy on the outer side. As you can see, they are falling apart. This will give it a nice crispy texture. Just place them slowly and gradually in the pan. They were boiling in. And now increase the heat. The heat goes to full. Give it like 30 seconds on high heat, and then we shall take this out and then add it back to the bowl. So we'll keep this over here. The board is completely clean. The knife goes here. Just shake it so that the potatoes start falling apart from the side and it gets a nice crispy texture. Keep moving it like this. I'm basically rotating the potatoes when I'm rotating the pan like this. And this is done. Okay, now I'll just take a small paring knife and I'll start taking out the potatoes. You can see they're nice and brown. I just want it to be a little brown, not too brown. We just wanted it to be coated with some oil, that is it. So just take it out, or we could also just pick up a ladle and transfer all of it. take the oil out. You want the oil to be saved. And as you can see, this oil has starch in it. And now I'll be using the starch to fry the beef mince. You need to concentrate, so at times I start talking slow because I am hosting and I'm cooking at the same time, and I love my job. Okay, this is done. Just do it slowly. So now the potatoes are ready, the tomatoes are ready, and we are ready. Okay, this is done. I'll keep it over here on the side. Okay, now this has come to heat. What I'll do is I shall start frying the beef mince. The beef mince is over here in front of you. I'll take the cling wrap off and I'll throw it on the side. But before that, what I need is I need the garlic to be crushed and then finally chopped and added over there. Reduce the heat to low. Take your knife, press it like this. And this is done. Okay, just finally chop the garlic. This is done. Clean the blade. Transfer the garlic to the pan, fry the garlic on high heat so that the oil gets the flavor. So I've added half cup of oil to the tomatoes and half cup of oil goes for the beef mince. Keep mixing it, increase the heat, add like a pinch of salt, not too much, so that the garlic gets a chance to fry and sweat nicely. And now the beef mince goes in. So I'll just pick it up, place it here, and rinse my hands once. So after rinsing your hands, why did I rinse my hands? Because I was touching the beef. Now just start breaking the beef apart. Increase the heat to full. And now let the oil come in between. So I'll just take it on the side, pass the oil inside, like in between, so that it gets a chance of frying throughout. So let the oil pass through. Break it down as much as you can. And now reduce the heat and turn it around. Now flip the beef. As you can see, the partially cooked one is coming on the top. And now place it again on high heat. Break it down like this. And once the oil comes to heat again, why? Because the beef was cold, it was room temperature, but as you know, Islamabad has winters right now. So right now the temperature is around 10 degrees. So the beef was as cold as it could be when it was placed in the fridge in the summers. Okay, now what I'll do is I'll give it a lid and let this cook for at least 4 minutes. So till the time this is cooking, what we'll do is we'll just clean out everything and then let you know what the next step is. So as you can see, I gave the beef mince at least 4 minutes and you'll see that the texture and the color has changed, the oil has come up. Now what I'll do is I just start continuing with the recipe. Now I'll shift this one on this stove. I'll increase the heat again over here and I'll bring this pan to heat. Okay, reduce the heat over here to medium. Let it cook, and now we need to add some spices. So what we need first in this pan is you need some black cardamom. It goes in. You need some black peppercorns. So half I'll put over here. I'll add some coriander powder and some cumin seeds. So I'm using half of each in this one, and then now we shall mix it. Now the reason is, over here this is the paste. I want the paste to have a nice flavor, and over there there's oil. So what I'll do is I shall mix it over here. This has come to heat. And reduce the heat to low, switch the stove off and transfer this over here. This comes here. There are two pans in front of you. One is over here, one's over here. Now what you'll do is you'll add the cumin on the oil. So that cumin fries over here. Add the coriander powder and then add the black peppercorns. This goes in. We'll add the bay leaves over here. Reduce the heat now to medium and start mixing all of this in it. So now mix all of this nicely. Keep the heat on medium. Add some red chili powder. not too much. The reason is we have black pepper also in this. As you can see, the beef mince is not sticking with each other. This means that it is cooking properly. So just break it down like this so that each and every piece of the mince gets a chance to fry nicely. Now, the next thing is you need the green chilies. The green chilies come here. What we'll do is we'll finely chop these. Finely chop them. Keep the stem on the side. And now add the green chilies in the beef mince. This goes here. Try pushing them down in the oil so that they get a chance to fry nicely, and add this nice zing and spice to the meat. Press them down. Do not give it a lid because I want it to evaporate. Take this, keep it on the side, and now what you need is you need a green pepper. Remember one thing, always use the skin, not the seeds. And the end part over here can also be used, and do not waste it. The inner shell goes into the dustbin, and now you shall finally chop this. What I'll do is I'll make cuts on it like this. I'll keep it with each other. Remember, this chili, or you can also call it bell pepper or capsicum, will start shrinking when you cook it. Bring it together and finally chop it. And the bottom one will also go here. Pick this up, transfer it into the second pan where the oil is. Keep the handles on this side. And mix it up. Start folding it. Push it down. And now add the ginger. I want the ginger to be very thinly sliced and then julienne. So finely slice this. And then add it over here. This goes in. And now you need some coriander, fresh. So what I'll do is I'll take around 3 to 4 tablespoons. Fresh needs to be pulled out. Roll it like a cigar. And you want the stems also in it because that has the flavor. So finely chop it. Turn it around, roll it. And this goes in the pan. So as you can see, the beef mince is frying continuously. Now take some leaves of the mint from the front of the bunch. You don't need this. These are the stems. Pass your knife through it. I want this nice minty flavor in the meat. And transfer this into the pan also. This goes here. And now goes in the salt, around a 1/4 teaspoon. Everything is done. Keep it on the side and start mixing it. Push it down. The greens are cooking nicely. And now we switch the pan. It goes here. This one comes here. Now this pan has come to heat. What I'll do first is I'll transfer all the beef over here. It goes into this pan, and all the juice from the beef needs to go over here also. So as you can see, it's delicious. What I'll do now is, because there's a lot of oil and beef fat, I'll just take a spatula, a rubber one, and I shall transfer all the goodness into this. It needs to be transferred here, and this will go back into the sink. Remember, clean and maintain a nice clean kitchen. Mix it up, reduce the heat to low for a second, and let's start mixing it up now. So you want the tomato paste, which had onions, light brown onions, to mix into this. I fried the potatoes on the side, as you can see. The color of the recipe is also changing. And this is done. Just shake it up, keep it on the side, increase the heat, and start mixing. with both your hands. It's a heavy pan. And this is done. Now what you need to do is reduce the heat again. Bring it down a bit. Do not press it, but just break it like this. This is done. First we shall add the yogurt. I shall cut the cling wrap with my paring knife. Spread it out. You know that the yogurt also has water, it will start sweating. So what we'll do is we shall just spread the yogurt just like cheese on top. Shake it up and now start placing the potatoes in. So one by one place them, do not just push them down. Why? Because they're soft, you don't want to break them. They need to hold their form, their shape. Just press them down, move your potato and just push them in. This is how beautiful the madness is behind every recipe in Pakistan, and the amount of heart, hard work and flavor that goes in makes it delicious. This is the oil from the potato, goes in. Increase the heat, give it a lid and let it come to heat. So now you'll cook this for at least 4 minutes so that the yogurt you've added evaporates, and I'll show you the final look in a bit. So as you can see, today's recipe is ready. I've cooked for at least 5 to 6 people. It's full of energy, potatoes, beef mince, and I hope you like the recipe. I have written in the recipe that you need some lemon juice, but remember that some people like the bitterness of the lemon juice and some people do not. So what I do is I usually serve the veggies on the side, and so this way people who would like the lemon, they can squeeze it in the end. I hope you liked today's episode. I'll see you in another episode of Indus Cuisine. Take care of yourself, lovely people. Bye-bye.